And foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutation to all you Achiums, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Shalom, to you Israelite women that being obedient unto your husband. This here is your brother Yassad back at you with another lesson, willing to define, unto the house of Israel. So, well, for the longest while we've been seeing is a lot of uproars in Haiti. And we know the Haitians, according to the 12 tribes sign, they are the Levites, mainly the Levites that dwell in Haiti. And right now, our brothers across, they are crying out. And we know Yahweh Shemeshai always kind of judgments upon these Haitians, right? But still, it's still we brothers and sisters, and this is just the times being manifest, right? Um, so this article here, and I have a little 2 videos to play. It's what's driving Haiti's humanitarian crisis. First off, let me play the 2 videos.
Facing a humanitarian crisis, Haitians are dealing with shortages of food, fuel, and water, and the government there is pleading for military assistance from the West. Why? Because soaring inflation, political instability, and violent gangs are blocking key fuel terminals. The UN Security Council is divided over how to help, and on top of that, a cholera outbreak is plaguing the capital of Port-au-Prince. Our next guest, Jacqueline Charles, is a Caribbean correspondent for the Miami Herald, where she has reported on Haiti and the Caribbean for more than a decade now. Jacqueline, appreciate you being with us, appreciate your reporting. So what do you make of the state of the Haitian people right now, and how has it reached such an extreme point of desperation at this point?
Well, this crisis did not start overnight. It has been, on a downslide, you can say, ever since the 2010 earthquake that killed over 300,000 Haitians. Instead of being a moment to turn the country around, what we've seen is just a country in turmoil. And today, as you explained, Haitians are desperate. The situation is dire. I've received reports from people saying, hey, we are dying here. The police have not been able to regain control of the main fuel terminal or any of the seaports. Roads are blocked. Drinking water has become scarce. And now we see cholera, not just in Haiti, but the Dominican Republic is now reporting their first case of cholera. So the question for a lot of people today is whether this crisis in Haiti is going to spill out into the region beyond the borders of just Haiti.
So these organized gangs have been an ongoing problem, from kidnappings to all kinds of corruption. Why isn't the UN doing more?
Well, one can ask why hasn't the Haitian state done more? I mean, we today, in terms of the United Nations, there's a political office. There was a stabilization mission that was there, and the United States, France, and other countries pushed to have those peacekeepers removed out of Haiti. I spoke to a former general who was in charge, and he said, people have, they have the wrong idea about peacekeeping missions. It's about creating space for governments to put in structures to do what they need to do. The Haitian police is very well trained, but they don't have the equipment. They're outgunned by these gangs. They need the structure. And we, the United States, we rebuilt this police force, after, another coup that occurred in this country. So, Haitians didn't get here by themselves. They had a lot of help from the international community. The question today is, how do they get out of this? And what is the best formula to help them, which has become a very divisive topic.
Indeed. And in your reporting, you say that the U.S. is in support of the immediate deployment of a rapid action armed force to help the Haiti police take back control of the country's main fuel terminal now, along with seaports, roads. Do you think this would be enough? And would it help?
Well, what been told is that this just treats the symptom, but not the illness. Because even after you take back control, which we believe their international community really wants to take this country to an election. Remember that the president was assassinated last year. There's not a functioning parliament. There's not a functioning judiciary. There's very little, if anything, that is actually functioning in the country right now. So you still have to deal with the root causes of the violence, the root causes of the gangs. Why do they continue to rule and step into the political vacuum? And how do you give real breathing room to the people of Haiti? Because as I've said to people, the folks who are in City Soleil, which is a sprawling slum where cholera was detected, they don't have passports and visas. They don't get to go across the border to the Dominican Republic. They're literally stuck at where they are. You have over 2 million children who haven't been able to go to school because of the gang violence, because of the kidnappings. So what is the solution today? How do you get out of this?
So, some critics say that the U.S. backed foreign intervention has led to the disaster there and what we're witnessing. Do you agree?
It's not about for me to agree. I think that people really need to just look at the facts. I mean, no situation is going to be perfect. Today, you have a Haitian police force of 12,000 for a population of 12 million. It's obvious that the police cannot be in full charge of security. They're overwhelmed. These gangs have AK-47s, other automatic machine weapons. The police they don't have that. They barely have armored vehicles. So again, we have not heard from anyone, either those who are for and against, what is the solution? Because even if you have that armed force that goes in, works with the police, takes back control, that is just a temporary thing. How do you provide stability into this country that 36 years after the fall of dictatorship is still struggling with what we call democracy?
Jacqueline Charles, appreciate your reporting. Appreciate you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephan.
Haiti is facing a humanitarian crisis.
Avec mon m'a venu et chauffeur moto et chauffeur taxi et chauffeur camionnette et je vais une gaz pour fonctionner. Bagabon, c'est avec vous moi.
Right, well, we actually see what actually is taking place in Haiti today with these Levites, right? Gangs, in a sense, gangs running the country, inflation at its highest, Well, we know soon famine would come in our land, right? We know soon famine would come in our land, and the government's mental structure that's broken up in our country, and they not doing nothing about it, right? So, and also cholera is within within there. So a lot of deaths is actually taking place, and hey, this is just the times we are heading into a lot of sedition among men, right? And they're having protests and uproar, about the devil coming in, with the military, troops to bring order in the place, right? Because eventually that is what they are discussing, right? For the US to intervene, right? Let's see here. Right, so what's driving Haiti's humanitarian crisis? what is the first thing a humanitarian crisis is actually here's the definition. A humanitarian crisis is defined as a singular event or series of events that are threatening in terms of health, safety, or well-being of a community or large group of people. It may be in an internal or external conflict. And apart from the massive earthquake that killed over 300,000, you know, gang leaders and just all haywire in that country, right? The Lord having them dying by the sword day by day, you know, lack of bread, lack of resources. Yahweh Shemel Shai literally just pouring out the judgment upon these Haitians, right? Till I care about that, yeah, Yahweh Shemel Shai pouring out the judgment on these Levites across there, right? Um, so let me just get quick into the scripture, right? Second is just 2 and 9. It said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world, right? Yeah, and that is what we see right now. A lot of uproars, earthquakes in diverse places. A lot of places which haven't received earthquakes, they are getting earthquakes, right? And uproars, as we were saying, since 2020, this is the first set of times that there's been so many earthquakes, right? In a lot of countries. And those, yeah, and also there's been, this is the most, like for the past few years, 2 years, 3 years, this has been the most amount of uproars of people around the whole earth, right? Another 1 second is just I get it, 15, where it says, for there shall be sedition among men, right? And sedition going into let's see, incitement of resistance or insurrection against lawful authority, right? And henceforth we see that happening there with the gang leaders, you know, literally they they getting on. It come like they controlling that country right now, and it's bringing a lot of chaos. But we know that is the will of Yahweh Shem Shai, because we know is desolation upon the whole place soon. So the Lord kind forth his judgment. He numbering you Israelites to the sword, right? Everything is being set up because mass judgment is about to carry forth. The Lord already aligning up, you know, countries and putting that vibration of war in their minds. Even the the the, the president of Zimbabwe, the present president, he was like, he watching the wars between China and they against Taiwan and the US, and he made an announcement that he is ready to fight as well. Because I just to show you that the vibration of war is being carried out. We see in um Saudi Arabia, going against the whole and looking to join BRICS, right? Even Iran and a couple countries looking to ally up with Russia, right? And be a part of the BRICS organization. So the whole, you have a opposition now, right? That is actually expanding and growing. Yeah, because we are in the time at the end. So all these things, being put in place here, how Bashem Shai, the Lord of hosts, must win the battle. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes. And that is it, these gang leaders, I want to hear what the government had to say, right? It say, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, and that is what we're seeing. It say, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. And it just said, that colory being involved, so these Haitians, they cannot leave. They are to stay in that conflict, right? They are to stay in that conflict. And we know soon resources would run out, because gas is done very low. A lot of businesses cannot operate, factories, all works in a sense shut down, right? So we know eventually everything gonna just be stagnant, and the supplies of food is gonna run out, right? And hunger and thirst is gonna take hold. We know ultimately that just Yahweh Shemir is sending judgment, right? Oh yeah, I just wanted to bring out that. I hope this little small video is edifying. Shalom to you all, Akiams. Double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom.